Hey guys, I'm Tony from Tony Teaches Tech, and today I'm going to show you how to add social sharing icons to your website or blog. Now, I use something called Social Pug by a company named devpups, like a puppy dog, but they were actually recently bought out by another company called Mediavine, and I think they're rebranding it to Grow. That's the new name, Grow, instead of Social Pug. But either way, the same concept will apply whether it's called Grow or Social Pug. I'm going to take it a step further today and actually move my social sharing icons from one website, my old tonyflorida.com blog, to my new travel blog, tonytravels.com. So, yeah, with that being said, why don't you guys just sit back and follow along, and hopefully you get something valuable out of this tutorial. So here is devpups website. I have an account with them, and if I go into my account, I can see that I have a license key with them. That's because I bought their 1 year service for, I think it was like $30. So I got that license key, and I got a file download here. So we're going to go on ahead and download that. A plugin essentially is what it is. It's in the zip file. And you see when we unzip that, you get all the information, but we don't actually care about that. We just want the zip file. Now, this is my old, before we go installing stuff right away, this is my old website, the old dashboard for all my social sharing icons. So you can see here right away that there's icons that show up on the left sidebar. There's icons that show up within your blog post itself, sticky icons for mobile. I don't use the pop-up icons. These little Pinterest pins that show up on each images when you hover over them, and a follow widget. So let's look at those in like a blog post. So here's a blog post I wrote. Once you scroll like 10 or 20% down the page, you see the social sharing icons show up here on the left hand side. The Pinterest pin will show up on top of the picture right here, and if you click that, you can share it directly to Pinterest. I configured this to have Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Reddit, and email. Let's share to Facebook then. And you click on Facebook, share directly to your Facebook feed or story. So that's really cool. Down here I have the inline version of the same exact social sharing button. So you have Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, etc., etc., etc. And it's cool because it counts the number of shares that you have, like the number of times people have shared this post. So this isn't a lot, one share, but let me show you that it can get up there. So this is one of my more popular blog posts, and that has 8 shares. I'm laughing at myself. But yeah, it's cool. So what was there? So that's the inline version of sharing a blog post or a blog page, but there's also the ability to follow your social media. So I have that under my gear, and I think I have it on a contact page too. So this is where your audience can click on this and be taken directly to your Facebook page. So this is my Facebook page. Then they have the option to follow you. This is my YouTube channel. This is my Instagram. You guys get the point. Direct links, cool looking icons, all built into this one plugin. I also have that on my contact page. Perfect place for it. Okay, so let's go ahead and install this on our new website now that you guys know what it actually does. So you can go to plugins, add new, and upload a plugin. We're going to choose that zip file that we downloaded, and that zip file is right here, Social Pug. Open, install now. Okay, plugin successfully installed. Let's activate it, and there we go. So it says right away here, your Grow by Mediavine license key is empty. Please register. So we can register that. You guys are going to have to go through that process of purchasing the license key and then logging into your account to get it. But since I already done that, all I have to do is put it in right here. So let's go over here, license key, copy this, and paste it in here, save changes. Settings saved. Serial key is valid. Perfect. Okay, so now we have our plugin linked up to the Mediavine/Grow servers. We're good to go with that. Let's take a look through these general settings that we have. So we have link shortening. For me, what I'm going to do, it's going to be a lot of back and forth, but for me, I'm going to go to my dashboard on my old website and just kind of take the settings from website A to website B. So if we go to plugins, or actually no, we can go up here to the Grow plugin, go to the settings. Wonder what this import export is. You can import, okay, this will be a lot quicker to export these settings and import them over. So let's do that actually. So Grow settings, it does not have a way for me to import that. I wonder why. This is version 2.8. That's version 2.8. There's a whole bunch of other options, which is... there it is. Import export settings. We want to activate that. Okay. So let's import that JSON file that we just downloaded. And... there. Import. Duh. So I don't think there's any changes that I made to this settings page, but social identity, perfect. That brought in all of my social usernames. So my Facebook username, my Twitter username, Pinterest, LinkedIn. You can do Vimeo, SoundCloud, Twitch, all these things. I'm only using Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube. So that's 6 different social channels. So go ahead and save that. Click to tweet. Don't think I changed anything here. And Pinterest settings. I might have tweaked some of these settings, but you can see top right rectangular, 151, 151. That looks good to me. Cool. So let's go back to the main menu here in the Grow plugin. So we got this floating sidebar. Let's see if, since this is active right now, well actually let's look at the settings real quick. This is where you configure the order, configure the icons that you want in here. So if you wanted to add a new way to share your blog posts, like on Tumblr, you can do that. I don't actually want that. You can rearrange it if you want Reddit to be up top here. You can click and drag. We don't want that. Put it down here. You can change the button style from like a dark background to a light background. I prefer the dark background. And then there's even this minimalist style. Button shape from rectangular to rounded. You can see they got like rounded corners now. There's also circles. Like this is extremely customizable. Small, medium, large. Show icon animation. That's cool. I want that. Button position. We want them to be on the left side. You can put the labels there. Very cool. And all this stuff. So essentially you guys can tweak this as needed. I won't go through every single one, but I think you get the point. I only want these to show up on blog posts, not pages, not my home page, just blog posts. So it looks good. And let's go to TonyTravels.com. Shouldn't see anything here. Shouldn't see anything here because this is my home page, but hopefully when I go to a blog page, we will see them pop up and bam, right there they are. Very cool. And I think because I imported those JSON settings from the old plugin to the new plugin, they're already automatically added at the bottom of my blog post before the categories, before the comments. So let's show you guys how that works. So we go back to the main menu here. That is going to be an inline content. So go to settings, and where would that be? Number of columns, 3. Okay, so this is it. They're rounded button shapes. Yes. There are 3 columns. Yes. And there's small buttons. There's an icon animation. Show the button labels. We see the button labels because it says Facebook share, Twitter tweet. Show on mobile. Show total share count. We want to display this in the posts. So that is essentially all the options for this one. And like before, you can go in here and add other different ways to share that blog post. So we'll save that, refresh, bam, looks good. Okay, we're making progress here. What else do we got? The sticky bar. So for mobile, again, we got a bunch of settings here. You can configure this as needed, but once, basically this is saying right here, the most important setting, once the screen is less than 1268 pixels, we're gonna take this sidebar away and put it down here, because we're assuming you're gonna be on a small screen at that point. So we're gonna squeeze our blog down to this size, and once we start scrolling, actually let's refresh the page. There you go. You see you have these permanently kind of like sticky on the bottom. And same thing, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn. Customizable as needed down here. And let's go ahead and make this big again. Finally, I think there's one more. Oh yeah, the Pinterest hover image. So I showed you this already in action, but this is how you get these guys, this little Pinterest pin button on all of your images, which you can click on and pin to your board. So, or I guess your users would be doing this. Whoops. So these are the settings for that. I have mine appearing at the top right corner of the image. You can put it top left, bottom right, center. Extremely customizable. I know I keep saying that, but it really is. Like, you can spend an hour or two in here making everything, tweaking everything, making it look really cool. But that's what I got, and I think that's one of the last things I want to show you here. So I went through all of these settings, and I'm very happy about that. Actually, I take that back. There's one last thing, and this is kind of the reason, not the reason, but one reason that I wanted to make this video. Which, if you want to, hold on, bear with me for 1 second. Inline content. So there's a way that you can actually take this. I think it's the inline content. Maybe it's the follow widget, since we didn't get to that one. Yes, it is the follow widget. Okay, so this is the last thing, I promise. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, like I showed you guys back here on my contact page, this little strip right here of social sharing icons, which are actually technically not even social sharing icons. They are, I guess, social follow icons, because these link to your channels and pages. In order to take these and put them wherever you want on a page, I don't see anywhere here where it tells you to do that, which is kind of weird, but this is the thing that I wanted to share with you. There's this short code. It's socialpug_follow. And as long as you have this, what is this even called? As long as you have the social follow tools configured to what you prefer, we can then take this and insert it into a page. So right here, Tony's Travel Gear. We don't see any of those social follow widgets on this page, but say I wanted to stick them down here at the bottom. We can go to edit this page, go down to the bottom, and just like closing up the page here if you have any questions about the gear or technology I use. Right under there seems like a perfect place to have some follow icons. So I'm gonna type that shortcode in here, socialpug_follow in square brackets, preview the changes, and then bam, you got those right down here. So that's I don't know why they don't have they don't have that like documented, but that's the shortcode that you need to stick that literally wherever you want. I think that's all I want to show you guys today. I hope you found some value out of this. We've learned how to add share buttons to our blog posts and pages. We learned how to add social sharing follow icons to other pages and blog posts. And as a bonus, I guess we learned how to move some settings from your one website to another within the context of social sharing icons. So that's a lot. I hope it made sense for all you guys. If it did, definitely give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. And if you do, I will see you in the next one.